Assalamu alaikum, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I'm Mushfiq from Masjid PPE.co.uk. This is a short video just to explain about face masks, what type of masks there are out there, what type of masks we should be giving out or providing our Musallis, our worshippers that come to our masjid, and employees and volunteers of the masjid. So firstly, as trustees and management of a masjid, you need to be aware that those who are the employees or volunteers, and that includes trustees who act in the capacity of a volunteer, we need to provide them with the correct type of PPE, the correct certified and a basic level of protection for them, because we are legally responsible for them as masjid trustees. And if they're not provided with adequate PPE equipment, then they could later on sue the masjid, sue the trustees, because we have failed to protect them or provide them with the correct protective equipment. So there are lots of types of masks out there. I've got a few in my hand, and even if you saw them, felt them, you couldn't tell the difference. These vary from as little as like 15-20 pence each down to about 40, 50, 60, 70 pence. And you wouldn't know unless you had an idea or you knew what type of mask there are. I'm just going to very quickly point some out to you. This is a very, very cheap basic mask that you can buy wherever it's from. I'm not going to say. It doesn't even have a nose clip. This is something that you'd buy for about 20-30 pence on the market. I wouldn't recommend it at all. It's very thin. It provides very, very little protection, if anything at all. Basically, if you took your toppy off and put it over your face like that, you're probably doing a lot more protection than a cheap mask like this. So my first advice to anybody is, if you're going to wear a mask, please don't wear something really cheap like that. You can then go and pick something off the market. This is a basic Chinese mask, so it does have a nose clip, so it does clip over your nose, but again, it just has no filter inside. Again, it's about 20-25 pence on the market. This is a fairly, you couldn't tell the difference, but this is a fairly decent quality one. It's considered what they call a civilian mask. It's not a medical mask, and our advice to management and trustees is that this is not good enough for employees and volunteers especially, and you shouldn't be giving these out to your employees or volunteers. This is a Type IIR mask. As you can see, the elasticity and the ear loops on it are much better than normal. It's much softer to feel. It has a nose clip. You put it on like this over your nose, you roll over your nose like that, and you pull it down under your chin, and it gives you enough cover. This has what we call a melt blown product inside it. I can show you. I've cut one up earlier. It has a special filter inside the 3 layers, and this provides more than 98% protection from fluids, both coming inwards and going out. So it will protect you as a person wearing the mask to a degree, but especially people on the other side. So our advice to masjid committees and masjid management is that if you are going to provide a mask, please, as a minimum, provide a Type IIR to your employees and volunteers. And to the musallis, if you are going to give a mask or you're going to sell a mask, please make sure that it's at least a Type 2, if not a Type IIR. And if somebody brings a mask themselves, we're not responsible. As long as they're covering their face, that's the requirement, that's the guidance. But if we as masjid are going to give it out, or if we're going to sell it, or even if somebody donates masks to the masjid, ask the person, what type of mask is it? Look for the certification. Is it a Type IIR? Where is it made? Can you verify the certification? And then accept the donation. Don't refuse a donation just point blank. If somebody wants to donate, say, look, brother, give us the money, we'll buy a decent mask. So please, when you are buying or procuring masks, make sure you buy a Type IIR or an equivalent quality mask for your employees and volunteers, and try to buy the same quality, if not Type IIR, at least a Type 2 for the musallis and worshippers that come to the masjid. Jazakallah.